Miss Uncut. Join me at YouTube at Miss Uncut Smooth, SMOOV. The guys who run the shelter trying to oppress you. No, everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the shelter is really here to really help you. What do you think they trying to do? Why do you think they saying that? Yo, they building shelters out there in Hawaii. They building shelters everywhere else other than. That's what they do. What do you think Israel's trying to do right now? Why do you think this big war is like, this shit is about sex. It's about, you know what I'm saying, sex trafficking and all of that. Like, look what's going on. You put me in a fucking room where my fucking door don't lock. That's the safety hazard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they know that I'm a DV case too at the same time. They know that. It's not the first time I actually mentioned. They know that, you know what I'm saying, like, also was released from, you know what I'm saying, like the music cult and all that other shit too at the same time. Yeah, like, yeah. So it's that part. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all they know. All they know is about sex. That's all they, like, the people is, I'm gonna say it once, I'm gonna say it again. All they know about is just having sex, and that's it. All they do is think with their dick. They fuck with the food. Like, yo, at this particular shelter, like, you try to get something, they punch holes in it, and like they fill it, like they fill the food with some type of slime. Like, this food is real slimy. But if I go to this there's two 7-Elevens over here. I go to this 7-Eleven and they pretty much, you know what I'm saying, they do something to the food where it makes it slimy. And I'm thinking it might be some type of excrement or some shit like that. I'll take my apple cider vinegar. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't want to eat that shit, but like, this is the only thing that's really over here. It's like living down south and shit like that. So I was just like, damn, this shit is fucked up. Like, I really don't shit. Like, I didn't even know it was gonna be like, because I had a hot dog from that particular stuff. That shit never happened to me. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, like when you come to Jamaica, Queens, I would say, like, if you go inside the airport, but don't eat anything over here. Like, they do shit to the food. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in Queens and shit like that, they do shit to the food. Don't eat that shit. Don't give them, until they straighten up they act and shit like that. Don't buy for them. Like, that shit is sus for real. That shit is suck. I was just like, oh wow, all right, that's how y'all do it on this side. Like, it's really oppressive on this side. Now I understand, you know what I'm saying, like, when people be coming, like, I understand, like, you know what I'm saying, people come from Jamaica, Queens, just like when they come from Long Island. I'm saying, like, it's like, it's nothing but oppression on this side. This shit is crazy. I'm just like, wow. This shit is crazy for real. So for me, it's like, that shit is different. I don't like that, y'all. Like, my door not being closed. And like, with the shelter system, they will, like, if you tell them things that trigger you, infect you and stuff like that, they try to make sure that they trigger you even more so they could fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are not the Jewish people, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are not the type of Jewish people that you can actually rely on. They pretty much rely on somebody being down and out. That's how they fucking make their money. It's just like harness the energy for Danka. It's just like Black Tiger. It's just like Black, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like running a business like Black Tiger. Like, he just pretty much on your downfall. But this is what the shelter system is. So imagine this, right? Going on right now, we being invaded, right? Because, you know what I'm saying, like, they're blowing up shit. So in order for things to happen, like, the game plan is, you know what I'm saying, like, aside from that, for what I was just talking about, you got to think about it like this, right? If you create so many explosions where, you know what I'm saying, like, the law enforcement, any type of, you know what I'm saying, department of, you know what I'm saying, any type of civil services and things like that nature, you get them to come out, you have somebody in the background watching them. Understand? Then that gives them the opportunity to colonize. How? Well, shit is blowing up and things in fiery smoke and things like that nature. And they got they people sitting in the background. They counting how many people, how many heads is there. Meaning how many, you know what I'm saying, like police department, fire department, things like that. It's all a setup. It's a terrorism. Like what the president is not doing, he's not announcing these terrorists fucking. Yeah, like the alarms were supposed to been go off. The alarms were supposed to been go off. You know what I'm saying? Like from maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. And I don't know what I'm saying, like I'm not trying to scare anybody, but that's just what it is right now. Itself, and you watching my live and shit like that, and you see motherfuckers just trying to blow it up. That's not, you know how they say skinwalkers, or you know what I'm saying, like somebody that's trying to dress like somebody themselves, more than likely, you know what I'm saying, they caught up to that person. As to say, remember the movie Us? Do you remember that shit? It's kind of, it's like taking somebody else's job and shit like that. That's what that shit is about. They want an opportunity to do their thing. So what they're doing right now is, it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, like what they call it, like an alien invasion type. But they're doing it the way that they're doing the game plan that they actually is, you know what I'm saying, like as you can see, so much is going on, right? But this is how they doing it. Like you go, like, all right, boom, like you heard about the school shootings. Well, the school shooting, how many officers is going in, things like that nature, what have you, they could distract everybody else, and they could probably enter your house. They could, you know what I'm saying, they could enter the fucking police department. They probably could, you know what I'm saying, to the fire department. You know, I'm talking about the actual building to see what they actually have, what their name is, things like that. That's how they operate, right? So that's one example. That's one example. What the fuck? Oh yeah, Japan, right? So they're about to invade Japan. The way that they're about to invade, or they already doing it already. Well, you know what I'm saying, like the plane crash. You know what I'm saying? So the plane crash, when they created the plane crash, they get to see how many people comes out. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, like the officials that's coming out in the airport to investigate and things like that. So while they're working their way over there, they're probably like we already got our throughway and shit like that, so we could go to their, you know what I'm saying, we could go to their offices like that and see what their blueprints is and how they structure the plan and things like that nature. Blowing up gas stations, another, you know what I'm saying, like it don't blow up long as they blow up something. Just like when they started, no, the first thing that they started with was the actual forest. The actual, you know what I'm saying, like they started setting fire to the fucking forest. That was the first thing that they did. You gotta consider that fact. You know what I'm saying? Like they just like, yo, we just gonna play in the back, see how many motherfuckers just like remember the movie, remember the movie with Will Smith and shit? I forgot what that shit was called. It was called like when he had to go get the disc. I forgot that shit. He had to go get the disc. No. This guy, he put a disc inside of his pocket. He just like became the person of interest of what the cops and the FBI was looking for. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they just sit back and they just watch how everything just go down? It's kind of like that. That's how they get. That's how you ever see, if you start seeing even more explosions and shit like that, that's them plotting, you know what I'm saying, to take over like the police, to take over the fire department. Like you see they doing it more and more and more because they catch it. You know what I'm saying? Like if the FBI don't know what the plan is, that's pretty much the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like that's for them to go about doing it, because just like with the bridge over there in LA, just like in Canada, you know what I'm saying? Like you heard about right after, I think it was like right after they burnt the bridge down out there in Cali and shit like that. Then right after that, over there in I think it was like Canada or some shit like that. And it was like, yo, like they blew up a car or some crazy shit, or it was like some crazy accident. I was like, yo, that's a terrorist attack. And the governor, she was like, nah, no, it's not. It was their way of making that was their way of actually having these people come in from, you know what I'm saying, because they're complaining about everybody coming in from the South, but they figure like, yo, the Europeans really want to, you know what I'm saying, they want to come over here and take over and be on some racist shit and just, you know what I'm saying, try to kick everybody out. And they want them to come over here and take over. So what's the best way to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like these type of bitches. You see what I'm saying? So now, what happened today? Right, y'all? So we gonna get into it right now. So let me, because I know y'all don't want it. You know what I'm saying? It's best for y'all to know to protect yourself. You understand? It's best for you to know so you can sit up there and you can protect yourself, because it's a definite thing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, you know what I'm saying, like they took me out of my last room because, you know what I'm saying, like she got kind of crazy. She's thinking like she's impressionable as fuck. Like she don't get what's going on. So somebody bribed her, you know what I'm saying, one of Black Tiger's people and shit like that. So what does she do? She's gonna sit up there, she's writing all types of reports and things like that nature. Is that part, you know what I'm saying? Like now downstairs there's a problem. Oh, you got the fucking, like she's calling both smallest littlest things. Is not really important. But the thing about is that when it came down to Black Tiger and around, you know what I'm saying, like he's telling them like, yo, you're in competition, but nobody, like the person that he's reaching out to that's supposed to tell me, regardless of if I know them or not, he's not telling them like, yo, like competition to do this, that, or third. They're just believing it off the rip because why? He's just bribing them here and take the money. You see what I'm saying? He's not explaining what he's running or what type of business that he was running. So of course she's gonna believe it because, you know what I'm saying, like she's not, you know what I'm saying, yeah, like she's not really there to understand. She's just like, she sees the money and she's gonna be like, yo, she's gonna take it. That's, you know what I'm saying? So I guess she reached a point where she just like, she felt like, yo, I guess he might have told her, you know what I'm saying, like, you know how Black Tiger do. He told her a lot, like, you know, you can take her place. It's like somebody telling you that you're of a company and you never even filled out an application, or you know what I'm saying, like you never even signed up to be president of the company. But I don't know exactly what the fuck he told her, but you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, like he must have said, yo, like we got this competition and you gotta, you know what I'm saying, like you gotta get up early in the morning and this is the way that you win, that type of thing. You understand what I'm saying? Like you went, if you get up the earliest, mind you, he's breadcrumbing her. He might be paying her maybe like what, $20, like you're paying somebody $20 to get up early in the fucking morning. Or as they say, you know what I'm saying, being a competition, don't you want more? Like you're in a place like this, don't you want more than that? You know what I'm saying? More to offer, especially if you know you're supposed to do this on a day basis. Make meaning that if it's on an everyday basis, meaning this is a yearly annual job, meaning that Black Tiger would have to owe her more wages. If you know what I'm saying, like he would have to owe her more wages. He's robbing her, but she's getting, like, I'm the one that actually created the game. I'm like, yo, I didn't create that. That's one. Two, real recognize real and game recognize game. And one thing that she didn't realize, that she didn't know, that she was talking to the real. Also, you know what I'm saying, like me trying to teach her some game. Being that said, now, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, right? I don't know if she, you know what I'm saying, like I know she doesn't understand that because why? If Black Tiger sit up there, he could sit up there and confuse the fuck out of, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know how, because I know I didn't fall for the bullshit. My shit froze. Yeah, I know I didn't fall for the bullshit. Yeah, Fladanka, like I know I didn't fall for it, but it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying, like she's not asking like, yo, at the end of it, what's the prize? Like, are you fucking, or are you offering her the presidency of the United States, vice presidency? Are you, you know what I'm saying? Are you telling her that she's modeling? And if she's modeling, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, the question, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen, if she's modeling, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, who are the companies and where are the venues? If it's a real business, then who, you know what I'm saying? Who are the companies and where's the venues at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where do I have to go? This, that, the third, whatever. She's not asking that. She's just like, she was mad at me the whole time that, you know, stayed in that particular room. And she think I have everything to do with it. And she's like, she will listen to everything that I'm doing. One, two, for some reason, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess she was trying to put scrutiny, like I'm not gonna be myself. And I'm like, yo, I don't really give a fuck how you judge me. I'm still gonna be me. That's just who I'm gonna be. But me, I can't change my ways for you just because, you know, like you feel like that you're in a bullying manner, and like I'm not gonna say nothing. All she was just doing is reports. And I'm just like, yo, but you're dumb shit. Number one, you can say whatever you want about me, but you know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, I guess her thing is like, I guess her actually what she's thinking, like, you know how you think you get somebody's accolades, you know what I'm saying? Like, or their credibility or what have you, things like that nature. And the thing about it is, she don't know what she's actually fighting for. I'm like, this is how I feel about it. If she's fighting to be, because this is, you know what I'm saying, this is Tiger's fan. You know what I'm saying? This is Black Tiger's plan and shit like that. If he could get somebody else to be a Nicki Minaj impersonator, or even, you know what I'm saying, like anybody from the industry, Cardi B or whatever, and try to put them against me, I'm like, yo, you want the position, you go right the fuck ahead. I never wanted to be anybody's impersonator. Don't get me wrong, I like music, but like I said before, I'm not willing to go that far to be like, yeah, I'm just an impersonator. I'm not getting paid. I'm not even a part of a company that they actually have companies for that shit. I'm like, nah. Like, if, you know what I'm saying, like I said, whatever, you know what I'm saying, like whatever she want to do, if she want to be a part of shit and let motherfuckers rob her blind, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what she does anyway. You understand? Like, she, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit's gonna come back to her. So I'm just like, yo, that's what you want. Live your life. I can't tell you how to live your life, but yo, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, it is what the fuck, yo, that shit, it is what it is. You gotta watch out who you signing up with. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, and people run scams all day, every day. That's just what the fuck it is. People run scams all motherfucking day. And you gotta watch out. You really gotta who's running the scam. I mean, trying to say that it's an actual business, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you're competing with, you're sleeping next to, if you're sleeping, I'm sure that's what he's telling her, like, yo, listen, if you're sleeping next to her, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're automatic. Like, that's your competitor right there. That's your competitor. So now what you got to do is this, down the third. Like, he's really gaming the fuck out of her. And I'm like, yo, once I walked in that room, I already told her what it was. You feel me? So my question is, it's like, yo, regardless of the fact of what's going down or what's happening and shit like that, my question is like, yo, like, do people really think that they're going to become the, you know what I'm saying, off of somebody that don't have nothing to give, let alone the breadcrumbs that they have to give, and they just want to sit up there and harness energy all day, this, down, the third, whatever. Like, do you really think that you want to get something out of it? Especially if I mention, I say, yo, that's something that I've been trying to get out of, you trying to get into. So I'm like, you're into it, you could have that shit. She must think that it's an actual position. There's nothing to sign up for. Just like with a job, just like, you know what I'm saying, with a career, or even when you go to school, you gotta sign up. You gotta sign on a fucking dotted line, shit like that, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like a contract, yo, I'll work these many hours and this, that, and the third. Not oh yeah, well, I'm doing all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm doing all of this shit for free, but I'm gonna act like I don't know I'm doing this shit for free. Like, oh, I'm just doing this shit, you know what I'm saying, to be kind and all this stuff. Like, what? With being kind, but there is something wrong with being boo boo the fool. Hold on, y'all.